That's so wonderful.
Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome to my next Let's Play. That's right, we're playing Mario Golf. This came out in 1999 for the Nintendo 64. It's technically not the first Mario Golf game, if you want to count like the NES Open Tournament golf game a long time ago, back on the NES, but you know, this is the first true Mario Golf game where they actually started including, you know, characters beyond just Mario and Luigi and all the, you know, basic characters. But yeah, at this point, we're done with the Mario Kart series until they come out with another Mario Kart game that is on a console and not the mobile version. And getting pretty close to the end of the Mario Party, so why not start another realm of Mario spin-offs? Let's get started with the Mario sports games. And Mario Golf, of all the sports games, and I'm talking about the series collectively, the Mario Golf series is honestly my favorite of the Mario sports games. I love this game, I love Toadstool Tour, I love World Tour. All the Game Boy Mario Golf games are really solid as well. It's just a really great series. You guys know I really love golf. It's my favorite sport, honestly. And it's just a game I really enjoy playing, even this one. And I will admit, this is definitely far from the best Mario Golf game, but it was the very first Mario Golf game. It's very nostalgic to me, and I am very familiar with it. I know how to kind of make the mechanics work, and make them work in the best way that they can, because I will admit the controls are a bit wonky, or not really the controls, but kind of the general mechanics of the game. It's very penalizing if you know, don't get your shots down correctly and all of that stuff. But I'll try to help you guys along the way and see if maybe I can help you guys improve in the ways of Mario Golf as well with my own playstyle. Because I play a lot of this game. Trust me, this is a game that when I have some downtime and I don't really know what to play, I honestly just come back to this game. It's just that much fun for me. And I'm honestly really looking forward to playing this for you guys. So as far as how I'm going to be approaching this Let's Play, this is actually a fresh file. I deleted my Nintendo Wii, because this was on the Virtual Console. I deleted my data for this game on that, and I'm going to be going through the game, unlocking everything. I'm going to be showcasing all the modes, unlocking all the characters, unlocking all the courses, all of that stuff. I might even have a couple of fun rounds as well along the way, so that's pretty much how I'm going to be handling this. Just going to be playing until I think I've shown enough of this game, so should be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started here. So the first thing you'll notice whenever you start with a fresh file, the character selection is kind of disappointing. And it's actually funny, because if you go to multiplayer, you actually have a couple more characters unlocked. But no, starting out on single player, you have to work through and unlock all of the characters of the game. Now, the one thing I will say is the 4 characters that are on the bottom, below Charlie and Baby Mario, and then the 2 spaces beyond that, Those are the Game Boy Color characters, which you can only get on this game if you transfer them from the Game Boy Color version of the game. Those will not be unlocked. I do have the Game Boy Color version, or is it the... Yeah, it is the Game Boy Color version. I do have the Game Boy Color version of Mario Golf, and I do have a transfer pack. And I think I will try to experiment with that at some point with this game, but I probably won't do that until I do the Let's Play of the Game Boy Color game. So, just going to go ahead and warn you about that I will not be getting those 4 characters on the bottom. They work in a very specific way anyway. But as far as the 4 characters we have here, we have Plum, Charlie, Peach, and Baby Mario. You can kind of see just like a basic breakdown of their stats here. And when I say basic breakdown, I mean you can see their longest drive, and you can also see basically their shot alignment. So Plum and Peach will hit the ball straight, Charlie has a little bit of fade, and Baby Mario has a little bit of draw. But Baby Mario does hit the farthest of these 4. But we're going to go ahead and showcase all the characters to some extent in this playthrough. So let's go ahead and just start with Plum. Plum is honestly like kind of an underrated character. She has the shortest distance of all the characters in the game, but she's not really a bad character. She's actually very, very accurate with her shots. Again, she has the straight shot, which means that you don't have to worry about angling your shots too much. She's a very good kind of beginner character, I guess, so that's kind of the good thing about her. So here we have a couple of different play modes here. We have tournament mode, we have get character mode, which is where you'll be unlocking a majority of the characters. You have ring shot, speed golf, stroke play, mini golf, and kind of a training mode. We're going to start with tournaments. I know that seems weird to immediately start with a tournament, but, you know, I don't really think we need to go through training mode necessarily. Let's just, you know, jump into a tournament right away, and I'll try to explain what I can as we go through. So, yeah, let's get started. And we only have 2 courses to start with. Actually, we only have 1. We actually need to get points in order to unlock the next course. Now, the good thing is, if you pretty much get a gold trophy on each of the courses, you'll pretty much just unlock the next course. So these are not really that hard to unlock. I'm going to go ahead and say that now. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with tournament number 1, Toad Tournament, which happens on the Toad Highlands course. So basically you get the basic breakdown of the hole here. So we have hole number 1, which is a par 4, 363 yards. See the nice green down there, and yeah, let's go ahead and get this started here. So there's a lot of stuff to unpack here, as you see on the screen, but as far as basic controls, you can move the control stick left or right to aim your shot. If you can press up and down the control stick to change your club. We're obviously going to stick with the 1 wood, the driver, for our first shot here. Let's see, the C buttons. If you put like C right, you go to kind of a camera mode where you can just kind of take a look at the course and the layout of the hole and everything. You can also use the C left and C right buttons again to kind of give you like kind of a zoom in and zoom out view, while the going up and down kind of moves you forward and stuff. Pressing the A button will start your shot. Pressing the B button will take you to power shot mode, which I'll talk about later. The R button just kind of takes you to a view of where the ball will approximately go. There's obviously certain things that will affect this, like the wind and the slope of the general area where you're landing and the terrain and stuff of that nature, but you can generally expect it to go around this point. The L button, you kind of move your cursor over to that ball icon on the bottom right, and you can basically move this red dot to kind of affect your shot in a little bit. If you like kind of want to arc the ball to the right as you're going to that spot, you want to move it over here, and you know, stuff of that nature. That's basically what you want to do for that. And you gotta also like hold this down while you're actually taking your shot too, so keep that in mind. And the Z button, the Z actually does the same thing, so that's basically what that does. And yeah, those are pretty much all the buttons on the controller. If you press start, you can get a general view of the course from like a very zoomed out view, which is not really super helpful. You look at your scorecard, you can change the color of your grid, you can look at the controls, you can give up if it's not the first stroke, and you can also save and quit and resume your game at a later date and time. That's pretty much it. I'll start explaining some of the other things as we go along here. The main thing I want to kind of highlight here is the boo in the top right. That is actually the wind, and basically what boo is signifying is that the wind is kind of blowing back 19 M. So in general, what you can expect is if we go back to this shot, if I press the right button, there we go. If you press this, you can kind of expect the ball to not go that far, and it'll also go a little more to the right. So if we kind of aim like around here, you can kind of expect it to still be kind of in the middle of the fairway. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to press the A button to start our shot. We want to hit the A button again when it gets all the way to the very far end of the meter. Then we want to press it again when it comes back to that gray little line like this. Not quite a perfect shot, but that should be good enough. And that'll land pretty much in the middle, which is where I wanted it to be, which is nice. So now we got to take our second shot. We also get our best drive. That's our best drive of the tournament so far, but it was also our only drive of the tournament, so that doesn't really mean much. So here we go, taking our second shot here. So once again, obviously the wind's going to push us back, so we're actually going to go to a 3-wood here. There's still no guarantee that it's going to make the green, but, you know, we'll see what we can do with it. Okay, well that's not going to be super great, but it should still make it up there at least. Oh wow, it didn't. Dang. Wind was really, really strong on this first hole though, so I'm not too surprised. Normally I would have done a power shot in the first hole, because I just like doing that to kind of start strong, but, you know, it's okay. So now that we're actually really close to the green right now, you can also press the B button when you're this close to do an approach shot. Now, I personally don't like using approach shots in this game, which I know seems kind of weird because it's what you should probably do, but I honestly think I do better just doing normal shots and just kind of adjusting based on the power meter. But, you know, it's to each their own. I think with the approach shot, you can be a little more aggressive, I want to say. But, I don't know. I just kind of like using these lines more, just for, like, more practice and stuff. So, the wind shouldn't affect it too much. I'm going to try to go about, like, halfway here. Going to also move the cursor up to get a little bit of a spin on it. That shouldn't be too bad. We're still a little ways away, but I think we should still be able to get that in, because should be a flat surface here. Oh, actually, no, it does kind of curve to the right a little bit, it looks like. So yeah, now we're actually putting, and putting can be a pretty tricky thing in golf games, because there's a lot of stuff you need to keep in mind, like the distance to the hole, you know, reading the meter and everything, and, you know, you have to just make sure you just get acquainted with how the game controls with, like, all the slopes and stuff. And it's definitely a science. That's the best way I can get at explaining that. So I've kind of moved it over a little bit. That should be good enough. And one of the things I like to do when I'm trying to measure, like, how far I need to hit it on the line, so we're kind of hitting uphill a little bit. It's about 20 feet away, and our putting line is 30 feet. So that dot to the far left, not like all the way on the left, but that kind of dot, that's about 20 feet right there. So I need to go, because it's going uphill a little bit, and I'm also on a curve, I need to hit a little bit beyond that, like probably about the middle between the 30 feet line and the 20 feet line. So let's go ahead and try that. That may be a little too hard. Yeah, that was a little too hard. Well, that's okay. That's okay. So we're unfortunately going to get a bogey for this first hole, but, you know, it's okay. We're kind of, you know, in that tutorial explaining thing mode of the Let's Play. So here's the leaderboard right now. It does seem like we're getting spanked pretty badly, but the scores will not be this high by the end of the game, trust me. They're kind of just like made this way to scare you at first, but over time they'll start to drop. There'll be like one score that's really good, but I think we should be able to make a comeback pretty nicely regardless. So yeah, kind of an unfortunate start, but the wind was also really, really bad, and we're also using a character that, you know, doesn't really hit the ball that far too, so that also kind of hindered us a little bit. So here we have a par 3. It's our first par 3, which means we have an opportunity for a hole-in-one, which is pretty exciting. Probably want to go about this way. The wind is kind of pulling back a little bit and to the right. I think this is going to be a pretty good shot, actually.
Nice shot.
See, even the game said nice shot. Okay, the wind didn't pull it over as much as I thought it was going to, so that's a little unfortunate. But, you know, in terms of distance, we had it right on, for sure. So this is going to be a bit of a tougher shot. It's a lot longer. As you can see, it gave us an extended putting line. You can actually do 3 different putting lines, the 30 feet, the 100 feet, and the 200 feet. You'll never need to use the 200 feet line. Unless the green is just massive, but I don't think there's any greens that are actually that big. So you really don't have to worry about that. So as far as where we need to hit here, because you can basically look at the dots as every 25 feet. So the first dot's 25, the second dot's 50, the third's 75. So we want to go a little bit past the first line for around 30. That might be too hard again. No, oh, come on. There was no break for that. It didn't look like it anyway. And that should have went in, honestly. Oh well.
Nice par.
We're just showing all the different animations, I guess. We'll look at it like that way. Also, look at Kobe in 10th place. Kobe Bryant is actually playing Mario Golf with us. But yeah, it's kind of cool. You look at the all the names here, and you can see like a lot of just like random like real world person names. But you can also see lots of different Mario characters and also just Nintendo characters. Like Link is here, Saria is here, both from Zelda. Monty, Mullen, Greg, Ken from Street Fighter. That just might be a normal Ken, I guess. There's Darunia, McCloud, Fox McCloud, Peppy from Star Fox. So yeah, like you'll find a lot of different names whenever you play the tournament mode. Okay, so here we have hole number 3, and once again, my gosh, the wind is being vicious today. I'm actually going to use a power shot here. Now, if you notice, there's a number under the power shot that says 6. That means you basically have 6 power shots per game, basically. And you can actually save a power shot by getting a perfect shot, but if you don't get a perfect, you'll lose a power shot, so keep that in mind. Let's see if we can save one. Not quite, but still, we'll at least get a good distance from this at the very least. Which is something we need if we want to even approach the green here. Because I want to get a birdie, because we haven't got a birdie yet, and that's really disappointing. So we can actually afford to hit this a bit harder here. We don't actually need a power shot either. I'm almost tempted to go... that should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Because the ball is kind of going uphill a little bit, and... yeah, that should be good. Hopefully. Hopefully we don't hit it in the bunker here anyway. Getting a perfect shot is good, though. That's actually... well, the wind really kind of brought it to a standstill right there, but hey, we made it on the green. That's all that matters. Now, we do have a bit of a slope. It's kind of going to the left. I'm almost thinking we want to go this meter. It's kind of risky, but it is uphill, so that's the reason why I'm kind of thinking and considering this. Oh, come on. Oh, man. The Let's Play curse is getting me pretty hard in this Let's Play already, but it's okay. I'm having fun at least. It just means I'm going to have a challenge working my way to the top of this game. That's all it means. That's all it means. And here we go, our first par 5. I always enjoy par 5s because, you know, they're always, you know, potential eagle opportunities. Don't know if that's actually going to happen with Plum here, but we'll give it a shot. We'll try to hit it down there as hard as we can. Unfortunately, we have the wind Once again, giving us grief. Seriously, this wind should not be this extreme on the first course. But here we are, here we are. I think maybe if we like played stroke play it would be a little more normal, but I didn't want to start with stroke play. I want to make progress, I want to unlock more things from the get-go just so we have more options. So, that's why I went ahead and went straight for tournament mode. Okay, so this shot's going to be pretty hard because we're hitting it very, very much uphill now. And again, that frickin' wind. That should be good, but I'm almost thinking I might need to put some power onto it. Give it a shot at least. This should at least make it on the green, I think. Oh yeah, we're good. We're on the green. And that doesn't look like that's going to be too bad of a putt either.
Nice on.
Oh yeah, this looks pretty straight, so let's just get it in there.
Nice birdie.
So that coin we just got, that is actually a Birdie Badge, and Birdie Badges are important. You will actually need them to unlock 2 characters in the game. There's one character that unlocks after, I think, 50 Birdie Badges, and then there's another one that unlocks once you get all the Birdie Badges, which I think is 108. That is 18 times 6, right? That sounds about right anyway. So yeah, that's basically what those are. Basically, to get a Birdie Badge, you just have to score Birdie or better, so Birdie, Eagle, Albatross, or Hole-in-One. So, you know, best of luck of getting all of them. There is a way to make getting the badges a lot more friendly, which I'll talk about a bit later. Because you gotta think that, like, oh no, I missed a Birdie Badge. That means I have to start the entire course over. Well, not necessarily, not necessarily. There's kind of a cheat that you can use to kind of get the Birdie Badges more quickly and more conveniently. And again, we'll be able to use other characters later on too, which will also help. So right here, this is going to be kind of a tricky shot. I want to say this is pretty good in terms of an angle here. Oh no, it's coming in strong. Hey, strong is good. That should be another fairly easy shot. Curves down to the left a little bit, so let me adjust it over here. That should be good. Oh, come on. I am just barely misreading these putts.
Nice par.
Okay, nothing wrong with the par. I mean, we're at least on the first page here. We are on the first page, so we're not really too far behind here, which is good. Okay, so let's go ahead and do hole number 6, another par 3, which means, once again, another hole-in-one opportunity. And the wind is actually heading towards the hole this time. Unfortunately, we're hitting down. Like, as you can see, the green is on a much lower elevation. It's like, that's what the down 17 yards means on the top left. So as a result, we don't want to hit it, like, too close, otherwise we'll just go over the green. This might look kind of risky, but honestly, I think this is the shot we want right here. Because I feel like that's just a little too close. This will adjust for not only the wind, but also the down elevation as well. So, let's see if we can make this work. Not bad. I'll take that for sure.
Nice on.
That should be an easy birdie. I say that, but... Okay, we got it. Nice. Yes! I just love all the little character animations whenever you finish a hole. Even the bad ones. Like, it's sad when you obviously don't get a good score, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so next up we have hole 7. This one can actually be kind of tricky for a couple of reasons. Obviously, there's, like, you know, sections of trees near the end. But more than that, let me get back to this view. There's also a bunker that's like right in front of the hole, and that bunker can be a little annoying if you're approaching from a long distance away. I'm gonna actually see if I can maybe power this a little more. I don't like that I'm losing power shots, though. Not a fan of that. So yeah, when it's raining, your ball won't go as far, and it also stops a lot quicker on the ground. So you have to keep that in mind. So here we might want to play this a little safe and hit over here. It'll be a long putt, but again, I don't want to deal with that bunker. That should actually be kind of nice. And also, when it's raining, you also need to consider that when you're putting as well, because the ball is going to slow down a lot quicker. I can't really tell the line here. It looks like it kind of curves to the left at first. Or is it curving to the right? I feel like down here it's curving to the right, but let's see if maybe changing the grid color will change a little bit. Yeah, that actually looks a little better. Yeah, now it looks like it's curving more to the left here, or right, rather. So let's go over this way. So we definitely want to hit it past the second dot. Nice, nice, get in there! Yeah! 55-foot putt in rain. You'll love to see that. You'll love to see that. Okay, next we're going to do another par 5 here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy indeed. Okay, so let's do this. Damn it! Once again, lose another power shot, but can't help it. With Plum, you kind of have to use power shots in some of the par 4 holes too, just to, you know, make sure you can actually get a chance at a birdie. So it's just the way it is sometimes. Actually, that should be fun. See, why couldn't I get the nice shot on the last shot? Save that power shot a little bit. It's okay, it's okay. So in a case like this, like, notice how my shot arc is kind of curving to the left a little bit. So because of that, we kind of want to hit it more like this, so the line's aiming for it. Because basically the reason why it's doing that is we're kind of on a slant a little bit. It's hard to notice, but that's why it says 90 to 94 in the bottom right. We're kind of on that little bit of a slant to that degree. And it's also kind of buried in the ground a little bit, so it wouldn't hurt to also hit this a little harder. I want to say this should be good, though. Okay, not that hard. I don't want to aim with a different club. I just want to make sure I get enough club behind it. And that's exactly what we did. Alright, nice. This should be another easy gimme here. Ring. See, when you're on and you're finally kind of getting into the rhythm, it's so much fun to play this game and just get on a roll with getting really good shots and putts and just good scores in general. Because we've gotten 3 birdies in a row now. Okay, so let's go ahead and this is another kind of difficult hole because it's just so long. I'm almost tempted to use a power shot again, which I know is risky because we're running out of them, but I don't want to deal with this stuff coming up here. Ah, dang it. The timing is pretty rough, I'm not going to lie. And, like, you need to get pretty accurate shots if you want to be in good positions. This is a game that I tell people that, like, if you just get a little bit off perfect, like, your shot might be going in a completely different direction. But if you're just, like, one space away from the perfect, it shouldn't be that bad. You should be fine. So, maybe, like, around this. I'm almost thinking about actually going one club length higher just to maybe get past the bunker. Yeah, we'll do that. This might go a little bit further than the hole, but yeah, better there than in the bunker, I suppose. And we're close enough to the fringe that honestly we can actually just putt from the surface here. Sometimes I prefer putting than chipping because I feel like I have a good sense for the putting lines in this game. So we need to hit it probably about here. It might be a little too hard. Hey, we're right next to it, though, so I can't complain too much. So I really hate doing this, but I think we're actually going to end this video here. This honestly took a lot longer to do half a game than I thought it would be to do an entire game, if I'm being honest. So we're like already at the 30-minute mark about, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. But thank you, everybody, for watching the first episode of Mario Golf. Next time, we're going to finish up the rest of this tournament. I don't know if, like, every video is going to be half of a course or half of a tournament or anything. Because this was kind of the introduction video, and we were kind of introducing all the different mechanics and just general project introductions as well. That's probably just the reason why this took so long, since there'll be less I'll have to explain. We could probably get through courses a lot faster, so this weekend will just kind of be the first half, I guess, of the project, or the first or will just be the first course, but maybe we'll try to do, like, maybe 2 games per weekend or something. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, but thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you guys next time when we finish off the second half of the Toad Tournament. See you guys then. Later, folks.